Hello!
It's Ziggy the dog.
Look, we're on Dragon Hill with the white horse in the background.
At Uffington Castle.
Good boy.
Finished work early for the day and off on a little adventure with some sheep.
Have you donned your walking boots? Are you ready? Let's go.
Look, it's me, Sonny, your loving husband. Some lovely dog snorkel noises in the background there.
Wow. Mister. Thank you for that.
I think some of these sheep have dots on them because they're up the duff. It's lambing season. Cool, shorts were brave today. It was really, really chilly.
Zig, 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 zig.
So first up, we're going to go to Waylands Smithy. You've been there before, remember the Waylands Smithy times?
The Waylands Smithy times we had together as a family. Good times. I'm not quite sure why I started doing this, but I kind of want you to come on these adventures with me, so might get like a snippet of extra good bits, more than just me and Ziggy's tales.
If you haven't noticed, I haven't actually got a tail.
Anyway, I love you.
I really do. You're the best.
So this is me and Ziggs on a Monday, finishing work on a building site in Hayes. Back home by lunchtime, managed to get over to Uffington Castle. Just a bit of a win. We fancied going to see Waylands Smithy and have a little wander around to Alfred Castle, which I've never seen before. So come along. Come on. As we walked down the long and winding chalk road to Waylands Smithy, we could sense something mystical. The birds were chirping, you could feel a change in the air, the turn of spring and hue, the weather fair. Do you remember that time I rescued you from Waylands Smithy? And I ran all the way back to the van? Imagine living there. Middle of nowhere. Mr. Ziggy, we're running, we're running. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life, you're only waiting for this moment to arrive. Waylands Smithy. As our two intrepid explorers carried on down the path towards Waylands Smithy, we quickly realised that we were not alone. But the Anglo-Saxon god of smithing, Wayland, was looking over us. That's Ziggy hoping to get his hoofs shod.
Oi!
No votive offerings today, just me. Hello. The ancient beech trees looked over us like capillaries of the universe, all tangled together as one, going down into the root, into the base, into the earth, seeking nourishment from the ground below. Boo. Wandering on, it would be a mile or two until our two intrepid explorers found their way down to King Alfred Castle and Ashdown House, to rise up the valley to the other side, over into the fields beyond. The ancient stone covered in moss. I like to imagine all the little creepy crawlies that have made that their home over the last 100,000 years, and the things that they've seen. I wonder what they make of us, wandering around. I think you're just going to end up seeing a lot of this dog's arse, to be honest. His egg. The sun's trying to burn through the clouds. It's trying really hard. It's warming up a bit. It's actually really nice. And it's such a good time of year as well with all of the bird song. I wish I could identify all of them. I've got skylarks down. Plenty of them about. Chiff chaff. I've got an app called Merlin Bird ID and it's pretty good, but I'm pretty rubbish at remembering them. I already know what that sign's going to say. It's going to say the Rose and Crown, a great pub in Ashbury. Last year when I did the Ridgeway, it was a godsend. The food was so good. You go down a little field here and past a little church. Super pretty village. Oh, it's tempting, isn't it? That's what we need. Actually, you remember the Rose and Crown times with Ziggy? I forgot. We still need to get the fish and chips. It's you friendly, Zig. Should hope so if it's a pub. Hey? Not today though, I've got a couple of tins of lager in my bag and a massive BLT baguette that I made before I came out. So, living frugally. The thing I really love about being on the Ridgeway is like it's like a spiritual home. It's become a spiritual home, really. It's like in a church or something. I don't know what it is. It's got something. I suppose it's just like all of those millions of people that have used it over millennia. Whenever I walk into a church, for example, I'm not religious, but you get like a feeling. It's quite like a warm feeling, and like very peaceful. And I wonder if it's because of just this like, so many people have had so many emotions, usually really powerful ones. You know, people are grieving, or you know, it's life and death, isn't it? Baptisms and marriage and death, and there's that like feeling that's sort of in the walls. I'm not particularly spiritual, but I I think that same sort of feeling applies, at least to me, when I'm walking along here. You see all these places like Hill Forts, Uffington, Liddington, Barbary Castle, and walk along the chalk along here. So man, it's pretty cool. Makes me feel good. And it's difficult to get these days to get a really like grounded, good feeling, not one that's just sort of going for a pint or, you know. Quick update, I've gone wrong. Too busy whittling away, talking about spirituality. Whatever. Nothing to see here. Back on track. There isn't really much of a route, but I was sort of going completely the opposite direction to King Alfred's castle that I really want to go and see. So that's next up. I've got a new game, it's called Spot the Skylark. It's really hard. I reckon I don't think we're going to get him. Do not wave and say hey. Hey. So we're off the Ridgeway now, walking south on a footpath, going down towards Ashdown Park, I think it is, and that'll take us to, well, right next to that's Alfred Castle. And you can actually see over there, in the distance, maybe just a bit of Liddington Hill Fort crosses the, somewhere down there's the M4 being really quiet. This is where you usually nod and say, oh yeah, to humour me, you're so sweet like that. That is a happy dog. He's been really good on his walks lately. Me and Ziggs have just landed at Alfred Castle, a small Iron Age hill fort. It's just behind Ashdown Park in Ashbury. It's one of the smallest little hill forts I've ever seen. Legend tells of King Alfred's great victory against the Danes at the Battle of Ashdown in 871. We're not really sure if that was the battle. Is it an alder tree? I don't know. It's beautiful though. The lichen on it is incredible. What's that dog up to? Having a sniff about. Hey Zig! Just noticed that in the background, it's that Ashdown house. I thought we were in the middle of nowhere and there's a big, beautiful building. That's the place for me. Oh. Come on, England. Nice. I'm made of bread. I'm made of bread. Hello. Oh, hey. You want to come to bread with me? You've got mayonnaise on my nose. There you go, mate. It's very delicately taken. You gonna eat it? Good boy. Nom nom nom. Cheers. What's that dog up to? You with the brown ears. You do some chilling, mate. You patrol him. You patrol him. You're off duty now. You've had your bacon, haven't you? Haven't you? Oh, oh. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you for those kisses. Yeah, there is a little bit more left. There is a little bit more left. You're not hungry, come on. That tickles. Alright, is it time to go? Is it time to go? Alright. It's time to go. Apparently, everyone, it's time to go. Right then. Let's do one. Thank you, Mr. Stone, for your chair. Oh, I'm full of baguette. Nice. It's quite a small one, really. And it's not very high up. I suppose from this side it is. It's really sheltered from the wind on that bank. Well, in the ditch. The side of the bank. That is a crazy house. Ashdown House. Oh wait, is that loads of deer? No wonder Ziggy's being sniffy. Better pop you on lead then, eh mate? Ka-ching! Good boy. Your ear's inside out. You want some assistance with that? Zig. Thank you, mate. Cold with it inside out here, isn't it? It's really cold after being stopped. Things don't help. Need a little fur coat like you, mate. He's on red alert after seeing those deer. I think he's clocked them. I'm not sure he's actually seen them, but he's smelt them and he's got their tracks. And it doesn't really help that it's pretty much exactly what he was born to do. Just go and chase wildlife. Well-behaved dogs always welcome. Zig. They're always welcome. It's a gnarly woodland. The old hazel catkins. Hey! Hazel. Lots of dead standing wood. Well, darling, just taking the hound for a stroll. Back in time for dinner. You can see the house from here. That was a lot of windows. Where's the squirrel? These oak trees are so gnarly. Twisted. I wonder what makes them grow like that. Must be pretty old as well. It's the last of the snowdrops. That's Andy, off he goes. National Trust Park Ranger. Warden. Nice geezer. Showed me around a bit. I didn't realise, but you can just wander around completely. Sort of open access land. Kingston Down and Sarson Field. So that's where we're obviously next, so it's all free. So sort of just go as the crow flies, try and speed this up a bit, because we're going to run out of daylight pretty soon. Alright, come on then, Zig. My bag's a bit lighter. Because I've eaten my sandwich and a tinny. But the trouble is, it's still on me. I've just moved it from my backpack to my stomach. So I don't feel that much lighter really. Oh man, swindy. It is swindy. Oh man. That problem with the transfer of weight, we had the same issue with the gazpacho, if you remember. A litre of gazpacho on board. It's sinking. Right here, where to? Right, well, completely lost. Phone's not giving me much feedback. Dog's got a scent of something. I'm walking in a tyre track. So, that's that. When I walked the Ridgeway last year, I used to pretend that every kite I saw was the same kite, and I call him my guiding kite and make sure he was flying over to send me in the right direction and keep my morale boosted. I'd also imagine that our girl was still with us and what she'd be doing wandering about. I'd say thanks, Spirit of Clay, for sending me in the right direction. Thanks, Spirit of Clay, for getting me up this hill. Thanks, Spirit of Clay, for looking after me. Thanks, Spirit of Clay, for looking after all of us. Just doing a spot of running, really, to keep warm. It's becoming very wintry. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Just lovely. That is a super old footpath sign. Turns out we were on a footpath the whole time. Didn't feel like it. And there's a herd of someone down there. That'd be what Ziggy was sniffing then. Friends, not food. They're friends. Well, sometimes food. As I stared into the sky, pondering the workings of the mechanical bird, running along, I didn't look quite where I was going. I absolutely stacked it. I'm quite glad the camera turned on, really. Quite dramatic. It's cool seeing what Ziggy does in that situation. You're alright. It's alright. Fuck it. You're alright. Got poo on my leg. really, really funny watching this look at me run. I promise that's not how I actually run, it's just a trick of the camera. Wiggly leg, yeah. I got wiggly legs, yo, wiggly. Off they go. Sorry, Zig. I wonder what he's thinking right now. He must think I'm totally mad to keep him there when that could be dinner for all of us forever. That's where we're going. Back up to White Horse Hill. It's another gnarly wood. How much wood could a woodchuck wood if woodchuck could chuck wood? Just a hint of a whisper of a bud. In the field, checking water, barrels, no farmer. Sorry, Mr. Farmer, sorry, Mr. Farmer, sorry, Mr. Farmer, sorry, Mr. Farmer, sorry, Mr. Farmer. Managed to drop my phone off this stupid thing in the field back there somewhere. Had to go back for it. Luckily, it's white and not black on the bag, or I never would have found it. Oh. Anyway, we're just doing a slight get back on track to the footpath type beat, because I've gone a bit wrong. From the book, The Long Walk to Glastonbury by Stewart Harding. Then, while I ruminated, I had a sudden, overwhelming, quite mind-shattering insight into the nature of time. All the change that keep us going, ploughing our furrow through time, fell away, and I realised time as a dark, not unfriendly ocean that sort of extended in all directions, and that there was an endless amount of it. You could never not have enough time. You could help yourself to as much as you wanted. It was all around you. You could dip a ladle in it. There was always more. It was endless. The magic porridge pot of time. There was no past and no future. Everything that ever happened or could ever happen could only ever happen now. There was nothing else. Nothing else exists. The meaning of time was exactly the same as the meaning of being alive. Time is literally ever present. Time never stops or disappears. Time doesn't move on, we do. Time is merely how we measure change, change that always happens in the past. Time is an illusion in which we swim. These are hopeless words, but I actually experienced it, deep and dark, whistling in the nowhere. This was not an intellectual revelation, it was body and soul immersion, like coming adrift in a massive void, and it was not in the least unpleasant. Phew, it was this walk and the bug what done it to me. That's where we came from. Pretty mysterious. Mysterious mist. It's the sheep again. Boo! What do you think, mate? Oh. Good zigging. Good being a ziggy. Well then, back at Uffington Castle. Probably not the signposted circular walk or the one in my handbook, but fun nonetheless. Bit of a crap day for it though. You can see in the background Dragon Hill. Where we started. I'm quite tired. I think still got a million energies. But I've had it. Have fun at yoga. By the time you're watching this, you've probably already done it and you've got a sore gluteus maximus, minimus, various. I love you. From the Ballad of the White Horse by J.K. Chesterton. Before the gods that made the gods had seen their sunrise pass, the white horse of the White Horse Vale was cut out of the grass. Before the gods that made the gods had drunk at dawn their fill, the white horse of the White Horse Vale was hoary on the hill. Age beyond age on British land, eons and eons gone, was peace and war in western hills, and the white horse looked on. For the white horse knew England, when there was none to know. He saw the first oar break or bend, he saw heaven fall and the world end. O God, how long ago? For the end of the world was long ago, and all we dwell today as children of some second birth, like strange people left on earth after a judgment day. For the end of the world was long ago, when the ends of the world was waxed free, when Rome was sunk in a waste of slaves, and the sun drowned in the sea. Good chillin', mate. Oh, he's a sleepy boy. There we are. Let's go home now, shall we? Yeah. Yeah. Bye-bye, Uffington. See you later. Alligator. Do some chilling, eh? Good boy. See ya.